we got to get our mindset right for the coming year. And, we're going to cover 3 tips or 3 things we can focus on to really have a phenomenal year. And that's going to be up to you. That's going to be a choice that you're going to have to make because, it's all about you growing, and it's all about you getting better, and it's all about you being the best person that you can be. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is Tim here with the TMA Connection. It's a local podcast here that focuses on life, it focuses on community, and it focuses on real estate. But today we're stepping away from real estate because it's Friday, baby. It's Friday, and we've just either finished our first or our second week of school, and I hope you guys did well. This one's actually more directed to the students, but this can also apply to teachers. It can apply to people in the business world, because we got to get our mindset right for the coming year. And, we're going to cover 3 tips or 3 things we can focus on to really have a phenomenal year. And that's going to be up to you. That's going to be a choice that you're going to have to make because, it's all about you growing, and it's all about you getting better, and it's all about you being the best person that you can be. Why would I have this conversation? Well, I used to teach. I was a teacher in high school for 16 and a half years before I left and went to real estate. And the greatest memories that I have are working with the students. Having that capacity to make a difference in the lives of other people is what my life purpose is all about. And I missed those conversations. And I thought, after the start of this week, what better way to communicate to you and maybe bring you some value and as you focus on your school year ahead. But then as I thought about this being a back to school type thing, I'm also thinking that maybe our teachers need a little bit of a 3 tips as well. Or again, if you're in the business, if you're in the office, these are things that you can focus on coming into the 3rd and 4th quarter. So I'm gonna try to expand this out to everybody, but again, it's to the students, folks. It's to the students starting their school year and starting strong. So, tip number 1: be nice. Now that sounds simple, right? Be nice, but man, I tell you what, we go into school and we start judging other people, and we start criticizing other kids to make ourselves feel better, and we have to learn that that's not the way, man. It's empathy. You have to have empathy and have a feeling for what other people are going through. Empathy is defined as stepping into someone else's shoes and really trying to appreciate that person from where they are at that moment. Treating people with kindness. It's the easiest thing that you can do, but yet so many people just they don't get that. And that can be in the office in the real world too. That can be with teachers in the teacher's lounge. I mean, that can be anybody. It's like we don't have to be mean to push our agenda. We need to be kind and think of others first. So we need to start building people up instead of breaking people down. When you can build people up and break people down, that's not only going to make those people better, but that's going to make yourself feel better too. And it's going to increase your level of happiness. Valuing being nice over laughing at the weaknesses of others. If you see it and you don't say anything about that, man, that's just as bad as you being the one that's saying it yourself. So you got to really stick up for the people, especially the people that can't stick up for themselves, especially the kids that's sitting at the cafeteria table that's not associating with anyone. I'm not telling you have to be their best friend, but why can't you take some time to go over and just sit with them and chill for one lunch? Reaching out, making a difference that way. I mean, again, just being nice to people. You never know what somebody else's story is. And so if we can just be better at being nice, being a better teammate. How about you kids that are on the fields and on the court and you're worried about your play time and how much you're getting? No, you need to worry about being the best teammate that you can possibly be. It's not anyone else's decision but the coach who goes into the game and who doesn't. And maybe you don't understand that philosophy of what that coach is coming from, but ultimately, you can be the best teammate possible by supporting and thinking of others first rather than how much time you're getting or you're not getting. So that's tip number 1, is just be nice. All right, let's go with number 2. We got to step out of our comfort zone. So many times we allow fear to hold us back from doing what's uncomfortable. And that might be just taking that step to that kid in the cafeteria because we're afraid of maybe what other people are going to think about us. And that doesn't need to be the case. You need to step out. You need to step out into the comfort zone. Anytime, think back. Anytime you've done something phenomenal, maybe you weren't completely at ease with what you were doing. It took a little bit of effort to step out of that comfort zone. So face the things that you're not good at and attack them. The biggest thing I heard when I was a teacher was two things that people said that they weren't good at that just resonated a lot. One was the person that said, I'm not good at math. Then you got the other person that says, I'm not a good reader. And you know what? That is, if you say what it is, that is the story you are telling yourself. You're telling yourself a story. Now, let's say you're right. Let's say that somewhere up here in your brain that you have a difficult time calculating math problems and you have a difficult time reading. Accepting that story isn't enough. You have to dig down and you have to start by reading more, by doing more math problems. You just can't accept that I'm not a good reader, I'm not a good at math. You're going to have to put in the extra effort. And I know, there are some kids that just get it more than other kids. I get that. But then what? What then? I was I hated reading when I was younger. And it wasn't until I got out of high school that I forced myself to read a book called Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. And that one book I felt good about myself after I finished that book. And then I started reading another one and I started reading another one. And even when I didn't want to read, I still took the time to read because the people that achieve and are successful are the people that do things that they don't want to do, but they do it anyway. And they get out of their comfort zone and they do better. They do better. So do things that are challenging. Don't just pull back from the things that you're not good at and say, well, I'm not good at that. I can't do that. Saw that I was a PE teacher, saw that, the greatest soccer player on the soccer team, maybe they weren't good at racket sports and they're like, well, this stinks, because I'm not good at it. Well, stop. You don't have to be perfect at everything. You just got to give your best effort with everything, no matter what. And you just might get better and you just might start to enjoy something that you'd never thought that you would even consider to like because you're now better with it. So, hey, man, does that not apply to life itself? It's just no matter if it's business or if it's in school or if it's teaching. I mean, get out of your comfort zone. Some of you veteran teachers out there, you've been doing it the same way for so many years, and you just get into this comfortable phase of teaching the lessons. Step out of your comfort zone. Try something new. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid of that something is just going to not go well in class. You just got to take a chance. And who knows, you might create something new and something different. Tip number 3, give it your best. You got to stop playing small. You got to stop telling yourself that you can't. You're not a victim. Like, seriously, you have 100% control over the way that you interpret things in your life. There are bad things that will happen to you in life, the events that will happen, and there will be an outcome. But in the middle there is a response to how you look at what your perspective is on those events. And you can take the worst things that have ever happened to you and they can become the best things that's ever happened to you. But you got to make that conscious choice to decide that you have the power and 100% control to make that a good thing for your life. That's what you got to do. You got to do that. You have 100% control. If you were a bad student last year, hey, it's a brand new year. Why do you have to be defined by who you were in the past? What if you came to this school year with a completely different mentality? To completely, all the kids that knew you from the past, all of a sudden they're like, who is this person? And they say, well, hey, let's go goof off. Let's go, do something stupid. And you say, nope, that's not me. That's not me anymore. You have control over that. It's not your parents' fault. It's not the teacher's fault. It's your fault. And you can choose the response that you want to take control of your life and your education and what you want to do. It's as simple as that. You have, if you like to read, I have a good book for you. And if you don't like to read, I have a great book for you. It's called Mindset by Carol Dweck. And it talks about the difference between a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. The fixed mindset says, hey, I was born with this. This is me. I'm the victim. I can't change. The growth mindset is, I can change through time. I can add anything that I say that I couldn't do before. If I just add the word yet to the end, I can change. That's, I can't do math, or I'm bad at math. That's the fixed mindset. But when you add the word yet at the end of that sentence, I'm not good at math yet. I'm a learner in the process of learning. I'm not good at reading yet. That yet is a powerful growth mindset. So check that book out, Carol Dweck, The Mindset by Carol Dweck. Now, if you liked this message, I want you to go into the school year. Teachers, I want you to go into the school year. People in the office going into the third and fourth quarter, I want you to go in with this mindset of being nice to people, getting out of your comfort zone, and giving it your very best. There will be days when we don't do our best. But if we can eliminate judging ourselves and stop comparing ourselves to other people, you're going to make a difference in this world. Embrace the struggle and get after it. If you like this podcast, please share. You can go on any podcast platform that has that have podcasts to download, subscribe on there. We're on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora. I mean, seriously, anywhere you find podcasts. Or you can see the visual version on YouTube and check us out there. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Hey, best of luck to you this school year, and best of you to the people in the business world that are going into third and fourth quarter. Get after it. Until next time, live your life to the fullest, and we'll see you soon. Take care.